Apple, the company that makes the source of all of your problems. Number 2 in terms of market cap, and the creator of some incredibly good and memeable products right before everyone adopts them. Remember AirPods? This is their annual report and some other information bunched up together so you don't have to read it. I'll cover what they do, their financials, and a little SWOT analysis. If I didn't start with the iPhone first, I would not be doing this company justice. It's their core and it is great. It is worth over $200 billion of their revenues, and it's the biggest slice of the pie by far. Its percent of the revenues have been declining, and well, here's the thing. This is the iPhone 16, 15, 14, 13, and the 12. And the differences are pretty tiny between them. Personally, I still have the iPhone 12, and it works great. I can call people. I can watch 6 hours of YouTube a day. I know that I'm not alone, and I have everything except my ID and Apple Wallet. We'll see if Apple Intelligence does change my desire to upgrade, but at the same time, do realize that you need a phone to function in today's society. I mean, hey, try and go for 3 days without it. If you can fight all the withdrawal symptoms, hey, you are a far better person than I am. So given people's crippling addictions, revenues probably won't increase or decrease dramatically in any direction anytime soon. MacBook revenues were growing, but have kind of flattened out, because as the M series chips, the ones that are Macs and some iPads mature, the jumps in performance are not going to be as big, and that gives consumers even less and less of a reason to upgrade. The iPads peaked in the early 2010s, before this graph even, and while they are slowly coming back, they're not at that level that they once were before. One of their key consumers left. Parents are not going to get their kids iPads instead of phones anymore. And if you are still doing this in 2024, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Because are you not aware of the just insane amount of bullying your kid's gonna get? Like, what are you doing? Unless they can't afford it, in which case. Accessories like Apple Watch, AirPods, and the HomePod grew a lot and are comfortably staying at that level. The last category is services. Pretty much everything non-physical. Stuff like Apple Care, Apple Arcade, and yes, that does still exist, iCloud, and a lot more. Have you ever heard of companies really liking subscription revenues? Well, see if you can guess why. The revenues go like straight up. It's like a full 90-degree angle, so I can understand. Aggregating all that, revenues have been growing a lot, with services slice of the pie growing even faster than pretty much every other category, so just, pay attention to that category. Some potential new sources of revenue for Apple is the Apple Vision Pro for the low price of $3,500. Check out an MKBHD video if you want to learn actually about the details of it, but here's the thing. Right now, it's not great, it's expensive, but the tech is real. Do not forget that this is what preceded this. So as the former chairman of the Hunter Association said, human potential for evolution is limitless. Never forget that. They also have a car in the works. I'm just kidding. They killed that project. AI. I did briefly touch on it earlier, and here's the thing. I'm not here to hype it up or downplay it, but let's just calmly look at it for a second. From what I can see right now, it's only good for telling you mediocre jokes, writing some AI songs, and making all the music, which, hey, cool. Writing essays, and if any of my professors are watching, no, I do not use this. I have to put it out here. And also giving you information that may or may not be wrong, but said with a lot of confidence, so you should always take it. Again though, let's just wait and see. Remember, brick phone, iPhone. In the year 2024, Apple spent $32 billion on research and development. And that's up 5% from last year. Good. They better spend as much money as they need on R&D, because A, I want to see some cool stuff, and B, stay at the cutting edge. Net of all expenses though, they made $95 billion in net income this year, which when looking at the past shows pretty consistent growth, with it stabilizing over the recent years. I guess the age of buying a new MacBook with your stimmy checks are kind of over now. Before we go over Apple's stock performance, let's just go through some general details about the tech sector. A, tech goes in and out of fashion real quick. You fall behind, you slack off, your products are not as competitive as, let's say, HP, you're getting cut. People are not going to buy it anymore. If VR, AR is the new thing and Apple's just is not as competitive, they're going to suffer. I'll compare their stock performance of the past few years to Google, whose main business is ads, although they do dabble in products and a lot of other stuff on the side, I mean YouTube. And also I'll compare it to Dell, who does mainly servers and computers, but for more industrial and more commercial customers. And also the S&P. And yes, I do realize that none of them are going to be a perfect match. Traded on the NASDAQ, Apple is in second place, just behind Dell, who has had a great few recent years. Dell left the stock market in 2013, and then they came back in 2018. So they're having a pretty great run. Google is smack dab in the middle of Apple and the S&P in third place, while the S&P has solid results, but also it is diversified, so you're not going to get as extreme of their returns. And remember, past performance has nothing about future returns, but I just put it to give in some context about how their growth was previously. Apple's returns are solid, but they also have a PE ratio of 34 as of the time I'm recording this, so you're paying a pretty hefty premium to buy this stock. Generally, the higher the PE ratio, the higher the earnings in the future have to be. They also do pay a dividend, which is right now $1, so it's nothing crazy, but could be something to take note of. CEO pay is part of the required legal disclosures in the proxy statement, and the head chef at Apple, who's been leading it for 13 years, the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Cook, was paid $99 and $63 million from 2021 till 2023. A lot of money. And quick side note, were they trying to avoid hitting the $100 million pay mark because they just didn't want the headlines? I feel like that's a reasonable conspiracy. Moving on to the SWOT analysis, starting off with strengths. Their market position is super strong. In almost everything that they're in the top few. Also, social pressure. Anti-iPhone discrimination is so real. They somehow managed to position themselves as a luxury brand, even though almost half the people in the US and Canada have one. How did they manage to pull that off? And hey, props to them. The M series chips are cracked, especially when you compare them to Intel and just any other company. They are so good. And the thing is, they're only going to get better and better. This is Apple we're talking about. AirPods and the Apple Watch are both #1 in their respective categories. That's truly insane. And you cannot forget about the best invention, the Magic Mouse. Weaknesses wise, Apple Vision Pro is expensive. Although this is their Gen 1 product, so let's just give them some grace. Phones have matured. There is no more critical flaw or some massive gap for innovation. And look at this. This is the iPhone 16. This is the 5 years ago iPhone 11. Then this is the iPhone 6, 3 years ago, iPhone 3GS. There's quite a lot of differences between stuff that's new on this side and on this side. The iPhone sales makeup of revenues is declining, and that's their first step to getting you to buy all their other products. So you do have to ask the question, is it just iPhones already are pretty good and people don't see the reason to upgrade? Or is it that iPhones are becoming less popular and less people have them? Obviously, it is the former. If you look at this, you can clearly see that a lot more people have iPhones than they did a year ago even. Opportunities wise, I'm not here to debate this again. I'm just putting it here, AI. We'll see if it's good, see if it's not, we'll see. I can't stress this enough. Everything is going digital. So in this day and age, you need a phone. For example, restaurant menus, they're going online. Wallets, those are also going online. Hotel keys in some cases, also going online. So what else do you think is going online? Let me know down below in the comments. Threats-wise, Apple is the subject of a suit for antitrust violations by the Department of Justice. Which does kind of make sense. I mean, their walled garden is a real thing. Some sections of the wall have already been taken down. For example, the iPhone switching from Lightning to USB-C, and also just SMS to RCS. Anyone who doesn't know what RCS is, a quick summary is basically when you're texting Android users, it's better, you can send images that are actually decent, it's more secure, it's pretty much better in every way. We're probably going to see more walls get taken down over the years, and that's definitely going to harm their market position more and more. Is the iPhone going to be on top in the next decade? Will the Vision Pro take its place? Or will it be a completely new company? I don't know. I can't see the future. Let me know what you guys thought of the video down below in the comments, or what you guys want to see next. Anyway, if you guys want actual investment advice, don't look to me. Talk to an actual financial professional, go to your bank, talk to them, because they know more about it than I do. Also, maybe visit the SEC's guide to investing, because, solid resource. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, sub, and goodbye, people.